Yeah, man, welcome back. I had to get everything situated, man. This is Galveston Podcast. This is KSBM. Mr. Come see about me himself. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Erico, aka Reggie Powell. You understand what I'm saying? Just that simple. Those are three different types of categories for three different types of people. And they understand what's going on. I'm still in one place at the one time, doing one thing for the one time. Not the loss. Pause. Hey, on this episode, man, we're doing reaction videos. These reaction videos that somebody is sending me. Shout out to that person that's sending me these videos. We at work having some real conversation with the customers. You understand what I'm saying? We take off that title. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to take your title off to have a conversation. Hello. Sometimes you got to take your title off when you have a conversation, man. You might want to take your title into places that don't even need to be taken to. And then it leads to situations that you ain't want to be in. But hey, you had to be in anyway because you got to learn a lesson. So any situation that you're in, you have to learn a lesson anyway. That's why you're in the situation. So don't ever be afraid to be in a situation because situations don't do nothing but sharpen somebody or it makes somebody fold. Hey, either or, it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to get in because I got to do some technical difficulty things and my technical difficulty things. And I'm gonna do some sharing and everything while some people come in so they can see what's going on. Like I say, these are reaction videos. We see it Wednesday. I say we see it Wednesday. I was just sitting up here just thinking about what I was gonna say. I ain't want to say wilding out because wilding out just been there where I just want to say something different. So how many people gonna tune into that? But it's gonna be about 20 minutes of these videos, and we gonna the people that's in there, if not, or where you gonna watch it later on. We gonna see if we can get to the bottom of it, huh? I hope y'all getting ready though. We got December is coming in fast. It's coming in hot. Y'all share this. Like, subscribe, and share. All the information right there on the screen is flashing across. The work we put in for y'all to sit up there and just hit the like button. God, just hit the like button. Share, comment, put fuck you, whatever the fuck you want to put on there. Whatever, however the fuck you feel. On this channel right here, man, we just it is how we gonna be right here. Ain't no, man, I should have never said that. I'm riding with it. This is what I'm riding with. It's me anyway. I ain't changing for nothing. The beat went off. Hey, YouTube, Facebook, that is not my song, so do not put no strikes against me, man. I ain't playing no type of bowling or no baseball. No strikes involved. You understand what I'm saying? None. Zero. Yeah, don't worry about the commercial neither. I ain't paying for that neither. Yeah, I hope y'all find yourself in a prosperous position. Not only that, you're in a good position and you're at peace with yourself no matter what nobody else has told you. No matter what nobody else just told you, showed you, whatever, you still at peace. Feel alive. Look them in his eyes. Yeah, man. It's been one of those type of days. That's why we all at the same time. Playing PS5. Whole clique residing. They say who really slime? More than this 100 bands. Murder man. Yeah, let me get to my page, baby. You need no nigga now. I don't need him then. I don't even know if. Oh, anyway. And I don't need them then. I still don't need them. Let me go to my YouTube right quick. All my needs is met. All I need come with this. Sweat. Everybody in the city try to go against me. Sucker down. What's up now? Oh, honey, I just need is nothing. There we go. I just want to share one time. Okay, let's go. Whoa. Let me find these videos. Where you can be great, then you ain't got to worry about what everybody else taught you. Once you put your mind in a place to where you can be great, once you put your mind in a place where you can be great, that's when you're going to be great, when you put your mind to that place.
When they tell.
And that's bringing the nation together. You are bringing the nation together like something I ain't never seen, okay? We're doing picnics together. We're doing, going on double dates and shit, playing hide and seek with one.
Y'all give me a moment. Once you put your mind in a place to where you could be great. Once you put your mind in a place where you could be great, that's when.
I tell you what, Mr. President, you are doing one thing right. Okay? Together like something I ain't never seen. Okay? We're doing picnics together. We're going on double dates and shit, playing hide and seek with one another. We are just weaving this one beautiful blanket of multiple colors of love and acceptance of one another. And it's beautiful, Mr. President. And it's all in opposition to you and your kind. You and your kind. Because if it's one thing we can all agree on, and that's that we don't fuck with pedophiles. We don't fuck with Chesters. We don't fuck with child diddlers. That's not okay. There's a lot of things in this world you can be, but none worse than someone who would take advantage of an innocent child. We can all agree on that, can't we? So you're doing a damn good job, Mr. President. A damn good job with that right there.
Down in the comments, y'all put how you feel about his thoughts and the way that he looked at it. I would say something, to add in my thoughts, but it ain't about me right now, and I ain't even gonna go there. But I will anyway, you know what I'm saying, but not right now. But those are his thoughts in this comment. So hey, first of all, this is for entertainment purposes only. Anything up here, like I say, y'all go check it yourself. I don't know nothing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just showing videos, and that's it. I just want to watch them because they was interesting looking to me, and I want to see what's going on. So that means I'm introducing the channel. The channel is when I do these reaction videos. That's what I'm talking about, especially stuff that's coming up. Again, if y'all know me, my other podcast that I be on Mondays, Grown Man Mondays, and other platforms and other places and other states and everywhere. Y'all know that I'm just gonna look for the stuff that's just gonna make you say, You understand what I'm saying? That's all. Just make you say, But what y'all think about that? Let's go with the next one.
Remember this. If someone is truly for you, there's nothing that anyone can say to change you. But if there's someone that is not fully for you, no matter what you say, what you may do for them, or how much you give, nothing will change how they feel about you, because their heart was never with you. Word to the wise.
They was never with you in the beginning, but some of us learned the hard way. And that's the way that we had to get taught. That's the only way that we know how to treat the next person better than how we was treated or how we was treating that other person. So again, that's called evolving. And if you're not evolving, you're dissolving. And I'd rather evolve than dissolve. You understand what I'm saying? Because one day you ain't even gonna be. I'll let y'all fill in the blank. But I don't know who they was. That was I don't know. Was that the adolescent Keith Sweat, that outfit he had on? And man out there looking like the adolescent Keith Sweat, man. Stop playing. Anyway, though, shout out to him, man, and what he doing.
This is the faces of shame. Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen, Attorney General Merrick Garland, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, Admiral Anthony Blinken, Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman, Secretary of State for Political Affairs Victoria Nuland, Office of Science and Technology Policy Eric Lander, Director of the Central Intelligence Agency David S. Cohen. There you have it. What are the chances that less than 2% of the population would occupy all of dual nationals? Ask yourself. Courts, our press, our schools, and our banking and entertainment industries, Jews have seized America. Face up to it. America has a Zionist-occupied government. Jews own or control the media, Hollywood, the U.S. money supply via the Federal Reserve European Jew bankers who set it up in 1913. Jews control the Ivy League universities via the directors and provosts. They've seized over 80% of senior cabinet positions in multiple recent administrations. Through Jew Larry Fink's BlackRock, they have board control interest in every corporation worth owning. They control academic book publishing. They set up or run most mischievous minority group.
That's why I always say everything that they taught us, man. Everything that they taught me, I threw that shit away. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Everything that they taught me, I threw that shit away. I better had threw that shit away. I bet not had sit up there and live and continue to live my life at the age that I am after the stuff that I experienced myself. You know, it's good to read something and remember the story and how the story panned out, what you're supposed to get out the story, how you're supposed to look at the story. But it's a whole lot different when you are the story. When you are the story, you don't have to do no acting. You don't have to take on something that ain't you and then project to be something that you're not. We all done it. We all guilty of it. The only reason why we all done it and we all guilty of it is because we are human beings, and that's what human beings do. So a lot of this stuff I threw away. What I started with when I got to bring it back because you gotta come to something. You can't just I ain't out there believing nothing. I'm not believing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not believing nothing. I'm experiencing. I'm experiencing. You're experiencing. Whatever you're going through, you're experiencing. You can either bring it to you faster or it'll come to you slow. You can let it come to you faster or it can bring it to you slow. There's no avoiding it. Peak, valley, up, down, good, bad, evil, good, Jesus, Satan, north, south. When those things that you can't change, you can't do nothing about, and you look at it and you experience it, you go through it without trying to take something from over there because somebody else told you over there is the correct way to do it. But somehow it just don't feel good when you do it because that ain't your rhythm. That ain't your spirit. That ain't how that spirit flows. That ain't how that electrical current flows. Because currents flow just like them signals pinging off whatever they pinging off of. When we do these reaction videos, we gotta decipher them down and put it into where you can insert it in your hard drive. Your hard drive is gonna be different than mine. I'm not trying to get you to join in my heart now. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to. I don't want you to do nothing. I'm gonna attract people who's saying the same thing that I am. They might have a different way of saying it, and that's why we all paying attention to each other. That's why it's only gonna be a few. It's not gonna be many. If it was scratching the surface and we was doing something outside the surface and some other shit going on, we get a million views for it. But you ain't gonna get a million views, and you ain't doing it for the views. You're doing it because one person gonna catch it, and when they catch it, boy, it's touchdown. And that's all we try to do is throw nothing but good completions. You know what I'm saying? Putting the ball right where you need it to be. You understand? Everything that they taught you, they taught you with a system in mind. It's not the system that they put in our mind. It's not their system. We had to figure out how was we so advanced and so of the great people. I'm talking about the blacks we was here, black Jesus, and we got bamboozled. Got to be under a spell. But that's for another day. Let's continue with these videos. Pay attention to it.
Okay, so I know I'm not going crazy. The world?
Yeah, that's down there in my area right there, y'all, right there.
Dude.
This is huge. This is a massive story. Record this, download this. This is a potentially dangerous story for me to share, but you need to see this because we need answers. I am happy, healthy, and not prone to accidents. Just saying. For context, I do a radar and satellite review show on my website every single day. So when I tell you this is freaking weird, I know what freaking weird is. As I was reviewing radar data, I spotted an anomaly in Florida. It appears that a wave was emanating from each tower, which was subsequently pushing the cloud cover and precipitation outward. That alone shouldn't happen. Mainstream narrative is that these towers only track systems, but here we have clouds and rain being moved in a perfect circular outward fashion at the exact same speeds near each tower. And look at this area. When the clouds collide in the middle between two separate waves from two separate towers. Then as I looked along the Gulf coastline, this is where things got even more crazy. All the towers along the coastline are doing the exact same thing at the exact same times. Texas, Louisiana, I mean, look at Louisiana. The wave is emanating outward to the point where the clouds and precipitation spreads out equally in all directions and is then eliminated. In fact, even more strange is that every area of precipitation near the towers along the Gulf and Atlantic coastline disappears simultaneously. And that's not even the craziest frickin' part. The craziest frickin' part is the time code for when these waves occurred, about 1940 UTC. These areas felt seismic activity. The local news reported it as an earthquake at a 3.1 magnitude.
Well, at about 2:41 this afternoon, apparently there was an earthquake out about 10 miles deep in the Gulf, 70 miles south of Gulf Shores.
A rare event in this area. You heard me right. The moment we saw...
I can't even let them finish, but y'all got to think about it, man. Man, I was at work, and it was raining or whatever, right? The first time I looked up when it was raining, I ain't see no clouds. It's just raining, pouring down. That's number one. Number two, it was a thunderstorm, and I heard the thunder, and I seen some lightning. I always seen lightning strike. I never seen lightning hit something, and I saw it hit the ground. That was terrifying. I almost peed on myself when I seen that because it was that close, and I imagine how it would felt if it would have hit me. That's why I almost peed because that's how terrifying that was. I think I'm too old to just get hit. When I was younger, I probably would have tried to just jump in the electricity, trying to turn into a damn X-Man or something. But not at this age. I fucked around and would have got one of my dreads would have caught on fire trying to go see. But that thunder is some different ass thunder. That thunder is that shit cut on the light. In the room I was in, it cut on the light. It didn't cut off the light. It cut on the light. And I seen I was in a building and seen the lights was flickering and moving. I don't know if I was in a hurricane or a earthquake or a thunderstorm. And I was in California and Oklahoma. I ain't feel no earthquakes in California, but I felt earthquakes in Oklahoma. I was at work. I thought them people had ghosts in their house because the couch and shit started moving. And then they had a cabinet with some old dishes and that glass was chattering. And I called them. As soon as that couch started shaking, I called and said, "Hey, man, you ain't telling me there's no motherfucking ghost." He started laughing. He said, "Nah, really, that was an earthquake." But, you know, this real stories, man. There's some shit that I experienced. I lived in California. They told me I was on the most dangerous fault line. I ain't feel not one. But that shit in Oklahoma, that shit was real. But, yeah, man, that manipulation, this sound like manipulation. That shit sound like a good ass surround by sound system. That thunder sounded like a surround by sound thunder. That shit was in every speaker. Anyway, man, let me finish.
These waves around these towers, they reported that there was an earthquake. Here's the thing, though. Earthquakes don't impact the atmosphere. It can't move clouds. It certainly would move clouds in perfect. And I found this.
Man. And they
I'm about to tell you some crazy shit that I guarantee majority of you don't even know about. Did you know that there's a process used for human liquefied but turned into wastewater in the laser? But wait, there's more. Did you also know that there's a process where humans see? This is where this gets really interesting, okay? After learning about this months ago, I reached out personally to 2 ex-EPA contractors. And they were more than happy to give me the full rundown on why many of you saw him as a gravedigger, but also what he found out and what he was trying to tell her him down below. But this turned out to be way bigger than I ever thought it would be. I mean, they showed me where literal crops are made and even where they're sent out to as well. Not only that, but they also filled me in on where a couple of these special little facilities are located around the United States as well, where let's just say you can get your grind on, if you know what I mean. And these facilities definitely don't send out their products to certain locations, wink wink. This shit goes deeper than even I thought it would, and honestly, I'm debating on whether or not I should do a full rundown, like a full unrestricted video on X instead. I haven't done a video like that on X for quite a while, but I'm very tempted to. Something like this definitely needs to be aired out to the public because it might inspire you, let's just say, to start growing your own crops. Not only that, but also not allowing yourself to eat fast food as well. I'm just saying, did you see the KFC commercial? Because I saw the KFC commercial. And you know, so many people will be like, oh, well, how is that even possible? I don't understand. I'll show you. Not many people allow themselves to analyze something like this without immediately trusting what they're told. But I'm sure many of you are already aware of this, or at least I hope that you are.
What y'all think about what he just said, man? Yeah, it's gonna be human stew when they through with you. Yeah, they say there ain't no more rooms in them graves, so liquefy them and go on ahead and put them in the water and have they people drink them up, and you wonder why, you know what I'm saying? The child acting like the physically gone, you know, it could be anything. It could be anything of sort, but oh man, human soup. They're turning us into human soup. Yeah, ain't no more chicken noodle soup. It's Reggie noodle soup. When they're done with you, ain't no more. They're gonna have your family come to a spot. They're gonna, man. All I'm saying is, information like this is coming out now. A lot of people say, hey man, we're in the age of Aquarius. If nobody knew what the age of Aquarius is, it's just a time and it's just a certain time that certain things happen. And the certain thing that happened is shit is being revealed and people seeing it for what it's worth. Just imagine if we get to see everything from where it really began instead of where they told us it began at. Because they told us in the beginning, for all the ones who studied that religion, they said, I don't know what the other was because I did not read that and I did not know how they started. I just know what I practiced when I was younger was Christianity. And they said in the beginning, and we was told that that's when the beginning was. I'm going to stop right there. The beginning. When I got older, I mentioned this earlier, you know, in the beginning, especially when he was talking about that other video, that 0 to 10, and I got to throw all that shit away. Because with the 0 to 10, it was the Santa Claus, and then Santa Claus not real. Now y'all get where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? You got to throw that shit away. Yeah, some people that love you, they lie to you. And they lied to you because they said they love you. Then you get mad when you get older and it happens to you again. I don't understand it. When you get older, you get mad when it happened to you, but it happened to you when you was little and you ain't get mad. You accepted it. So maybe we need to go back to childhood. Maybe that's what they talking about when you got to be like a newborn baby. Now they're not talking about that, but some of that stuff you got to throw away. Are we in the turn the other cheek era, or are we in the if somebody hit you, hit them back? Which era are you in? That'll determine what decade, what group that you came from, what lane you're in, because the shit just keep on repeating itself. You know, different people play different characters. It's just a big ass play. You know what I'm saying? But do you enjoy playing your part? Because if you enjoy playing your part, there's some great results. Let's continue with these videos, though. We'll continue to drop them gems.
And we know that Epstein referred a bunch of very high-profile, wealthy clients to J.P. Morgan, but all the publicized names on the list that he referred were referrals made mostly between 2000 and 2003. Once again, that list included Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, Larry Page, co-founder of Google, Nick Ribis, former head of Donald Trump's casino empire, Catherine Ruemmler, former Obama White House counsel. That referral was made in February of 2019, by the way, right before he got caught and died. Ghislaine Maxwell was referred. Glenn Dubin, a billionaire hedge fund manager, was very close to Epstein and was referred to JP Morgan. Leon Black, founder of Apollo Global Management, Mort Zuckerman, a real estate billionaire, Thomas Pritzker of Hyatt Hotels, Boris Nikolic, the Gates Foundation science advisor, Larry Summers, the former Treasury Secretary, Prince Andrew, Ehud Barak, the former Israeli prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, the current Israeli prime minister, Lord Peter Mendelsohn, David Gergen, the Sultan of Dubai, Howard Rubinstein. According to the Daily Beast, by 2011, Epstein was considered the, quote, biggest producer for JP Morgan's private banking division. And they also referred to him as the advisor to the Google founders.
It's so sick that we can't talk.
They just be putting it right there, the information right there in your face.
The head of Harvard's hospital's morgue pleads guilty to selling human body parts. Cedric Lodge, 57, admitted to selling human remains from 2018 to 2020, making tens of thousands of dollars selling organs and body parts across multiple states. People would donate cadavers for the science units at Harvard for research and also medical students to practice surgeries on. And after they were done doing that, Lodge would then take those bodies, dissect them, and sell off the different parts on the black market. He did this with his wife, Denise, who also pleaded guilty, and Lodge is facing up to 10 years in prison. They were selling hands, dissected heads, all sorts of body parts, including faces. I think people need to look more into that because we've seen a whole lot of different faces lately. Harvard said that this was a huge betrayal, but you have to wonder how nobody noticed that this was happening. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
You can't just sweep that on the rug. That's what I keep saying, man. The more these clips we playing, just think of everything that you are not seeing. I grew up in the era where 10 o'clock news come on. They was watching that news. At 5, 6 o'clock news, they was there. That was faithful. That was it. Man, I can't cut that on right now, man. You're going to have to go talk to somebody as soon as you cut the news on. You're going to need a, man, it's already, you're already life and that's already happening to you. You know? You already know what life brings. There's nothing surprising. Why I keep chuckling, there's nothing surprising. There's nothing should be surprising. Because anything that you've gonna hear or heard, it's been done before. It's not have been done before. So that just gives me a more comfortable grab on this thing. Like, hey man, human beings do human being shit. What can you expect? What group you want to be in and what you want to be a part of. And if you're not trying to be a part of nothing in the light, whatever your ass be a part of in the dark, that shit gonna get some light to it. Just like they telling us global warming is doing what global warming is doing. And they still trying to man, that I got to get to that video to show y'all that thing landed right back. It came right back. That ain't go nowhere. Space nothing. I don't care what alphabet. It ain't going nowhere. You don't supposed to. You only here for one thing, the love. That's it.
Listen up. If you have Zelle, stop here and listen. You need to go to the CFPB website and put in a complaint. If you use Zelle, they are suing not only Zelle creator, EW Zelle, or go to name some of the greats or ain'ts, or about to run us a check. Back in 2017, Cash App, all this stuff is booming. All this stuff is booming, how they transfer money, and the banks are losing out of money. So in 2017, they come out real fast. I'm going real fast, y'all. They come out real fast with the app Zelle. They wasn't prepared. They didn't go through things. They did not give us the correct warnings. They did not let us know. Because if you send money on Zelle, you know, baby, you send the wrong person, like it's gone. Now, if you see, not a year ago, they wasn't doing this. 2 years ago, they wasn't doing this. But now if you go on Zelle, it says, make sure this is the right person. And then you hit yes, and then you send the money. That's the warning that should have been on there already. So when you reported your bank, hey, Zelle, I don't know how this Zelle got sent, or this Zelle was sent in error, they was basically telling you like, okay, well, we can't do nothing about it. You sent the money. We can't do nothing about it. It's already out of your account. So basically, a lot of people was using Zelle saying, you know, it's legit because once you get your money, ain't no getting it back. So a lot of fraud was happening.
Anybody got their money took from them, man? Hey, man, put it in the comments below.
Elaborate scheme where someone posing with Wells Fargo security comes to the customer's home to cut up debit cards in half or retrieve a cut-up card. This new scam involves Apple Cash cards. Brian McAnally didn't pick his career as a pastor. God did.
Almost 30 years ago, and I couldn't deny it. I just knew that God was calling me to serve people in the local church, and so I said yes.
On July 30th, Brian says his wife got a text from Wells Fargo
asking if she had made a purchase for $4,000 to a Bass Pro Shop in Miami, Florida. She responded with one word, no, and they called her immediately, presenting themselves as the Wells Fargo Fraud Detection Services team. They had full access to our account at this point. They'd never asked her for her username or password. They logged in. We're in control.
They're walking you through what to do?
Yes, they walked us through the process to call up the card. They loaded the card, and then they drained the card. So then they proceeded to drain my daughter's checking and savings and my son's checking.
Then Brian says the caller hung up. How did they answer the phone when you called the number back?
The first time I called them back, they actually said that they were Walmart customer service. And I said, well, that's not right. And so I hung up, and I thought, well, maybe I dialed the number, but I didn't. And I dialed it again, and they said, Wells Fargo Fraud Detection Services. And then they started laughing, and then they got very lewd and even vulgar, and then hung up on us.
They were having sex on the phone for you to hear.
They were, yeah.
What do you think that was all about?
I think that they were just very enthusiastic about having defrauded us, and we're celebrating that and rubbing our faces in it.
How much did you lose?
We lost $18,243.
Brian says Wells Fargo told him he's not getting his money back.
You know, they said to us multiple times, well, what happened to you was impossible. Well, I'm telling you, it was very possible. It happened to us.
Wells Fargo told us they are reviewing Brian's case again. He's filed reports with the FBI and the Sheriff's Department. Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
And they gonna go.
Now, Randy's done multiple investigations into Wells Fargo and the customers that have been impacted by scams and fraud here in our area. You can see his investigations all in one place on Fox Local. The free streaming service is available everywhere you stream your favorite content.
Man. So that pastor. Boy, look at that man. Anyway, so, you know. Yeah. They was intimate. I talked to the pastor after they got the money. Man. So I was just saying earlier, y'all, man, human beings, we gonna do some human being shit. And we all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, you could be the one that do it in the light with the light on. You can be the one to do it in the dark. But hey, that light is gonna cut off one time, and then over there in the dark, that light gonna cut on. So you ain't getting away from it, man. It's gonna get exposed. Yeah, just stop it. You know, when it's confronted, plant yourself and keep going. Like these videos.
Here it was. This was the moment Dave Chappelle sold out the culture for millions. He dropped this skit like a grenade in the middle of Sunday dinner. The niggers. America didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or clutch their pearls. White folks were finally given permission to laugh at every inappropriate chuckle they've been holding back since birth. Black folks sat tight, raising one brow, thinking, did he really just say that on television? And the network, Comedy Central, was too busy stacking millions to care about ethics. Dave was suddenly the golden goose, and every outrage punchline was another egg laid in the vote of Viacom. Millions rolled in, but along with it came the uncomfortable sound of white producers chuckling just a little too hard, not with Dave, but at him. That's when the laughter stopped sounding like validation and started sounding like betrayal. The mask of comedy slipped, and Dave Chappelle realized the joke wasn't just on America, it was on him. The pressure mounted, the deals got bigger, the spotlight harsher, and when the laughter started echoing in ways he couldn't stomach, Dave did the unthinkable. He vanished, not to rehab, not to Hollywood exile, to Africa. He traded in stage lights for sunlight. He traded fake applause for silence, traded checks with too many zeros for a breath of freedom. And so the legend was born, the comedian who walked away from $50 million. So sure, Dave Chappelle broke barriers, made TV history, and stuffed his bank account. But at what cost? Because here's the real punchline, the bitter one, no studio exec ever clapped for. What good is being the funniest man alive if the joke that made you rich was the same one that broke you?
Now, you've heard about malware and spyware, but let me tell you.
Before he go into malware and spyware, I think that man is a little upset with that man. If you ask me, that's all I'm saying. I've just seen a lot of, I ain't saying that you take none of that stuff he said for granted, but I'm just, the energy on it was like, whoo. But anyway, man, to each his own. Thank y'all for rocking. I need y'all to share this video. I need you to like it. I need you to subscribe. I take time out right there to go slow just to do that part so I can perfect my craft and asking for a like or a share or a follow or anything above. I'm going to rebroadcast the stuff again at 3, and let it go again and see where we go from there. But let's get back to these videos. Check this last one out. It's pretty good for all you technology babies.
Tell you about Pegasus. Pegasus is the next level. Pegasus is the stuff that you would expect to see in a science fiction movie. This isn't an attachment that you accidentally download from a shady email. You don't got to click anything at all. And that's why it's called a zero-click exploit. That means they can infect your phone just by sending you a message, and you don't even have to touch it or open it. And once Pegasus is in your device, it can record your calls, activate your mic and your camera silently in the background. It can track your GPS position in real time, and it can even copy every password in your keychain, every text, every file without you knowing about it. And this is real. It's already been used on journalists, lawyers, political dissidents, and even citizens, and it's all without a warrant. And the kicker is, it can even survive a factory reset. So that means once they've got you, you may never be able to get this. Is your phone off? Might not even stop it. And sometimes even security patches can't stop it. So if you want to know more about Pegasus, if it might be on your device, and what you can do if you think it is on your device, follow me for more. Until next time, stay safe, stay clean, and stay up.
And follow if you want to follow. That's what got us in the situation we're in now, following, because we was just following, looking like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We're almost at the end, but again, man, let's raise the volume up on the likes and the shares and see where we can go with this, man. I'm having fun doing these videos, man. I'm cracking my little jokes. I'm gonna do what I got to do to make it interesting, but at the same time, man, we come in here and we're gonna decipher what we see. We're gonna go from here. But a lot of things that we watch right now, we watching people that really, put in a system to control us. Because I want to know if we're so intelligent, why are we letting these things happen to us? And you see the stuff that's going on, and there's a lot of chaos and a lot of confusion. You know what confusion brings? Both of them. You know what it can bring. But if you have peace with a lot of things, you got. When I say power, I don't like throwing that word around like, so you just use it like a superhero. But I mean, you really control. You really can. If you really concentrate enough, you can. And yeah, we starting to see some stuff. I know you keep going and watching stuff that expand where you know what I'm saying? Because I used to do this. I used to make a circle. You know what I'm saying? And like, it was a guy that I used to that I watched. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Hagen's. You know what I'm saying? It's a pastor, man. And yeah, he said some stuff that yeah. Anyway, we're gonna continue with these videos and go from there, y'all.
They have allowed human remains in our water system, but only certain states. So you're going to want to stay till the end to find out if it's your state. Yeah, you guys, this is called alkaline hydrolysis. It's a real thing. Water cremation. Basically, the body goes into a steel tank, chemicals and heat melt the flesh, bones are crushed into this powder, and then the leftover liquid goes straight to the water system. Meanwhile, guess who might have invested in something like this? You don't have to guess. Billy Boy does it again. Yeah. The guy that named his company after his tiny peepee, Microsoft, he invested millions in sewage to water technology, even drinking a glass of what had been human waste minutes earlier, acting like, oh, this is sustainability. And it's really just like Fiji, I tracked, because that's where it's coming from. All right, you ready for the states? Drum roll, please. The states have allowed human remains in your drinking water. Minnesota since 2003, Florida since 2010, Colorado 2011, Illinois 2012, California 2017, Hawaii 2022, Maryland 2024, and not Arizona yet, thank God, but I think we should just give it up to Billy Boy for showing us what the draconian lizards have the capability of slipping through on humanity when we're not looking. Oh my goodness. Please comment below if you're from one of the states that have allowed human remains in your drinking water or in the water you shower with, because I'm just wondering what to pair with like Soylent Evian. By the way, Evian spelled backwards is naive.
Man, I think that was the end of them, y'all. Hold on, hold up. Yeah, no, that was the end of them. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming out and checking out these things. I'm gonna put some more together. We're gonna keep on going because it's limited. It's a whole lot of it, man. I'm gonna try to get some of the stuff. Y'all have something that y'all want to put in, y'all go in and send it to me. But till then, man, I'll see y'all next time, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this content, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Let's get this straight. I gotta say, we not have-nots. My time, don't waste. Tattoos, gold teeth, they don't mean a thing to me. You ain't no judge, so don't judge me. This is how I carry myself. They ain't teach me nothing, I don't know nothing. This is how I carry myself. They ain't teach me nothing, I don't know nothing else. Business, I take care of that there. Else it was because I don't like that there. No hustle, it's very sour. Mojo hustle, Austin Powers, bring it in by the hour. I ain't fucking with these grams. I distribute it. I ain't hustling for an outfit. She ain't my type, she ain't gonna fit. Majority of these niggas are counterfeit. Right, stay on top of it. Survived off these eggs and grits. Thankful, some ain't have shit. That's relevant, so I count my blessing. Pray more than less stressing. Heading in the right direction. Stand up when the devil tests me.